Again, thank you very much for all the various messages. Spartacus says about Zahawi. It was a private matter for Zahawi. Has everyone forgotten that he was for a while Chancellor of the Exchequer? So while he was dodging taxes, he was creating tax law. Well, that may well be true, but this is a legal question, and it would be for a court or for an independent inquiry to come to that conclusion. I think the only thing that we can say is that is the issue of Caesar's wife. Caesar's wife must be above suspicion, and the people who lead our nation should be above suspicion. Those people who fall below that standard, really, I think there are other people who can replace them. There are other people who are better leaders in our society. And Turn W602 says, it's the nature of the current causes of our present inflation that it will subside in the coming months. The reasons for this are external largely and beyond the control or influence of the government, cause and effect with a time lag. Wait until the summer, when those in charge claim that their policies have been successful. They are charlatans. You're absolutely right. But I mean, the other thing is that the only reason we have inflation at such a high level in this country is because Rishi Sunak provided so much during the pandemic without any clear route to putting the money back. And that on top of the problems with Brexit and on top of then Liz Truss's extraordinary manoeuvres with Kwasi Kwarteng's package. Other interesting things about a church wedding and again more about Zahawi, revolting party, bunch of audacious criminals. Well, I don't entirely agree with you. They need to be in the dock, every last one of them. Worst thing is, I don't think Starmer is much better. The whole problem is about the career politician. FMJ, I think, puts the finger on this one. It's about career politicians. What we need is politicians who have experience in the world first. And we need to look at, the Victorians got it right. When people have been successful in business, successful in life, they put something back. These people are just taking something out. And the other thing which I think was very interesting here is Nicholas Healy says, part of the problem, and this is about nurses and ambulance staff, part of the problem is the public and even the politicians don't really know what nurses do. I think nurses are still seen as the nursemaids of times gone by, an occupation for women. Today, a qualified registered nurse is a skilled medical technician who implements the treatment for a patient. What nursing is has always been hard to define, as any student nurse who has had to write an essay on the subject would tell you. The nurse is a jack of all trades, part doctor, part pharmacist, part physio, part healthcare assistant. And let us not forget healthcare assistants, who are an important part of the nursing team, who do the bulk of patients' physical care for very little pay. This, I think, gets to the heart of the issue about why it's so important to be supporting nurses and the people who are at the cutting edge of the NHS and who are demanding a change. Why? Because we cannot go on making people do the hard work and then paying them with a clap. It's simply not fair. It's not reasonable, particularly when the directors and the managers are paid significantly more, when the people in government are paid significantly more. And it's not simply about parity. It's about valuing what these people are doing. These people are saving lives. And we need more nurses and less bureaucrats. We need more people doing what they know about, and less people fiddling around with pens in the corner. We need our system to be organized and efficient. We need one computer, not 40 different systems, none of which have caught up with each other. We need one system which works, which communicates from hospital to hospital, so that we don't end up with people having to travel between hospitals to get information, waiting for information which doesn't come, pretending they have information, pretending that they've made calls when they blatantly have not, and then allowing the bureaucrats to produce page after page reams of rubbish to defend their failure, the failure of the bureaucracy. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. And anybody who questions the management of the NHS feels rotten doing so, because it feels like one is questioning the hard work and the dedication of the people on the front line. I think one has to question the bureaucracy. And the bureaucracy in the NHS is almost, or probably is worse than the maddening bureaucracy that one sees on a daily basis in British education, which is grinding our system into the ground, utterly. And once one's finished with that, then maybe we need to start looking at the police force and why that is so riddled with corruption. But it comes back down to the point where this started. It's not about identifying who has fallen foul of the system, who is wrong. It's about saying, actually, the people who are leading our various organisations in government, in healthcare, in teaching, in the police force, we should be able to trust them. If we cannot trust them, we've got the wrong people. Zahawi and Braverman and the others in power should be in a position where they are above suspicion.